Hey, hi everyone. In today's session, I am going to discuss about, let's say, you're starting any idea or you are working with any kind of organization where you wanted to, improve the processes. Then, what are the things we need to take care of, and what are the stages we need to actually streamline in order to deliver a end-to-end business solution. So that is I'm going to just a little bit think deeply, or we will brainstorm what are the input required, and this kind of input also may required this will be helpful, or this insight would be helpful for process consultant, enterprise consultant, and process and enterprise architect, whereas it will be also helpful for a subject matter expert to understand. Not only that, process associate, manager, it will help them to understand the process end to end, how exactly we can actually identify opportunity, build an ecosystem where we can improve the processes across. So in this particular session, I'm going to talk about some outline which I have created, and based on which it would be really helpful if we can go through this one after another. It is really helpful, and you will be able to generate business ideas if you have this particular ecosystem ready. So let's get started. First is, see, there are primarily, if I talk about in any kind of opportunity or any kind of task when we perform, okay, there are stages like what? First is assessment stage, okay, first where we analyze that which kind of opportunities are there. First we define that in scope, okay, we define the in scope that which area of opportunity we can target to automate. So I will rather say, okay, area of improvement. First we look for this, okay, area of improvement, where exactly we can improve. First we check that aspect. Second aspect which we can target or look forward to is that once we have this area of improvement, and from where we get this area improvement, generally we get this input from the manager, okay, you can say product manager, no worries. We can get it from the SME, we can get it from the end user, we can get it from the manager, SME, end user, and also we can get it from the processors, okay, or the users, okay. Users means who are actually handling this kind of scenario processes. So from there we can get this input, okay, processes. So I can say users. So these are the core sources through which we receive the input for an idea which we need to improve, okay, which we need to improve. These are the area from where we get the inputs typically. Now the second point, once we have this improvement, then what we do is generally we assess the idea, okay, we assess the idea. What exactly we assess here? Once we assess the idea, we try to assess the feasibility, viability of it, and what is kind of return it will provide, benefit it will provide. Okay, these are the aspects we will assess. We will also see whether it can be done or not. There are many parameters. I'll deep dive into this, but this initially, okay, in order to deep dive, we need to also have, so because I know one point I wanted to emphasize and highlight, that we have managers, correct, we have SMEs, we have end user, and we have processor. We need to understand the structure of the team who drive business improvement. That also we need to understand closely, so that we can have an clear idea that who is responsible for what kind of activity, so that we can bring this improvement or drive this improvement across. So let's get started with that. We call these as a roles, okay, we call this as a roles. So first what we need to do in order to achieve that, or create this framework where we can improve or generate business idea and improve processes, first we need to have a team in place. And when I say team, what kind of people actually required, that I wanted to emphasize. So I will come to this particular topic of SS later on, but what I wanted to rather emphasize is that first is we need to understand the team structure, because without that we will not be able to drive any kind of improvements, correct? So in team, first of all, of course, we have product owner, project manager, you say a project manager. We have typical, I'm highlighting the team members, okay, project manager. So first is, okay, let me draw it in a hierarchical way so anybody can relate it. So first we have product owner, under product owner we have project manager, under project manager one structure I am giving, let's say one particular team, which you can say team lead, no worries. With team lead in the same structure we have SME, okay, who understand the process very well. We have solution architects who understand, who design the solutions pretty well. Then we have the technical architects who understand the tech ecosystem. So I will talk about how this entire flow actually comes in, okay, how this entire flow works. I will highlight that also, who is responsible for what. It will be really helpful for anybody to understand and relate this, okay. Now if I go back to other one is okay, team lead, SME, subject matter expert, okay, then technical architect. Then on the technical side, so it has two sides, okay, it has two sides. This is nothing but the business side of it, okay, this is nothing but the business side of it, and this is TA, or we can say developer, or we can say tester, we can say tester, and last but not the least is support team member. So these all comes under technical team, which I'm going to highlight is nothing but this comes under technical team, okay. So we have these technical team, and this is we have as a, I will rather say the business team. This is business team and this is technical team. So now how actually this entire life cycle works of a business improvement, how, and there are multiple different way also we can drive it, but typically what happen, there is an idea comes in. I already highlighted these are the sources. Once it comes, it goes to project manager, and project manager decide whom to involve. They loop in the team lead actually has the ground level of details. For example, team lead provides the volume of that particular process, what are the processes it is cutting across, how many people are working, about the process end to end. Subject matter expert knows primarily that what are the business impact, where exactly I will say business impact, what are the complexity of that particular I will say process which we are trying to automate, business impact, complexity, and what are the scenario involved. And it SME also can highlight the test scenarios, okay, which we need to test. Test scenarios also a subject matter expert highlights. So what happened? So team lead responsibility is nothing but if I say if I have to say he has the control, operation side of operation, okay, details. He's aware of operational details, he's aware of the process details. So I can clearly say that this is nothing but operational details team lead aware of. Subject matter expert aware of, if I sum it up, aware of the process related things. Solution architect, experts of designing solutions, okay, designing solutions in the sense that person should know that how many application involved, how many processes are there, processes and sub processes, Okay, how many processes and sub processes are there, and what are the complexity of it. In collaborating with SME, this person get to know and design the solution. By the way, in a lot of organizations, this subject matter expert can also play a role of solution architect if he or she has a technical acumen also simultaneously to propose a solution, analyze the solutions, and deep dive into that. So that's how, this is how typical team structure look like. Okay, so now if I deep dive into this, so there are scenarios where we need to, in a minimum, bare minimum team strength required and their responsibility is required. So this is nothing but the business and functionality side of it. Technical architect is nothing in a high level. Okay, they analyze the process and create a technical design which would be developed in order to improve it. And when I say TA, these are, I wanted to emphasize some aspect on this, that TAs are nothing but okay, so if I go back here, TAs are nothing but, okay, TAs are nothing but, I wanted to emphasize that how exactly TA work. Okay, so when I say TA, okay, let me little bit change. Yeah, when I say TA, okay, now TA in a organization or a team, we could have a automation TA, and we can have analytics, we can have business intelligence, we can have machine learning, we can have Six Sigma. Okay, when I say Six Sigma, technical architect is the first, because solution architect should be also aware of. Technical architect actually not part of Six Sigma, sorry. Okay, they can support it, they can involve, but not core responsibility. Technical architect responsibilities are primarily, okay, to design an end-to-end solution. Design an end-to-end solution for development team to work on. That is the technical team TA task. Now, what are the core role and responsibility comes for a TA? That I wanted to touch base. For a TA, what are the role and responsibility comes in? What a TA does in a high level, I will be covering in the next video.